It is well with all of you. I'm not one to talk so much about politics, but everybody is a political animal. The things that happen in our country, Nigeria, is worrisome. I wouldn't say 48, not somewhere we want to be. We have also gone from the #1 destination for foreign direct investment to a country where there is capital flight, where most investors don't want to come in to invest. We've also gone from a country that has witnessed unprecedented growth, a country that is being looked upon as a country that will come into the G20 and perhaps even move further than that. Uncertainty, depression, poverty, killings, the order of the day. I haven't spoken out for years politically about any party. I'm sure most of you here would be a witness for that. You would never have seen me speaking up for any political party in the Republic of Ireland or even anywhere in the media. But in the last couple of months, I have been constrained to venture into this terrain. It's not that lawyers don't talk about politics or that traditional rulers are not supposed to talk about politics. I am pushed as a concerned Nigerian to say that things must change. And I'm not saying necessarily that things must change because my brother or my kinsman Peter Obi is running as vice president or so. No. It is because of the facts that I have enumerated before you, and the fact that in 58 years of independence, we have never faced such an existential threat to our unity as a country. Never before has Nigeria come to the precipice to the point of breaking up again. Never before have we seen so much division in Nigeria. Never before have we seen so much hatred in Nigeria. Never have we seen a government fan the embers of tribalism. Never have we seen a leader, a national leader, disregard the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Never have we seen a national leader come to say that he only trusts a particular section of Nigeria. Of over nearly 200 million people, we have never come to see a leader say, I only trust people from Daura or from a particular part of Nigeria. We have never seen a leader decide to neglect and disregard the federal character that is enshrined into the Constitution of the Republic of Nigeria. And never at any given time have we ever seen the security apparatus of the Republic of Nigeria, sensitive positions in Nigeria, concentrated in the hands of very few people. We haven't seen that before. I say so because I went to school. I did my first degree in the University of Sokoto. I read sociology in Sokoto. This is 2019. 30 years ago, I graduated from University of Sokoto, and I'm an active member of University of Sokoto Global Alumni Association. I had friends from Kano, from Kaduna, from Birnin Kebbi, and all that. And I knew that that was not the philosophy. And I knew that we didn't have that, much division. We may have some disagreements over religious lines, but never a time did we feel so antagonistic towards one another. And that is what we are seeing. And this is what has compelled me to say that things must change. It must change for myself, it must change for yourself, it must change for our children as well. Amen. But then when we begin to talk about this, it's important also that we as members of political parties and as PDP, that we talk to our leadership. Things cannot change if we continue to run the present system of government we have. PDP cannot deliver. ATIKU cannot deliver if we continue to run the present system of government that we have. If we have our recurrent expenditure at over 60 or going to 70% of our GDP, how are we going to grow? The cost of governance in Nigeria is way too high. It is unsustainable. And there's nowhere in the world where you can do that. So if we're not deceiving ourselves, this is the real issue that we as members of political parties, particularly the PDP, this is what we must take to the party. This is what we must take to government. And I felt seriously that proper discussions were now being held about elections in Nigeria and about doing things. And please, forgive me, I don't mean to sound sectional or tribal. I'm not saying this. I started this first one because Peter Obi is from Anambra State, the same state that I came from. I began to listen because I knew that ATIKU wanted to make a difference. And I knew that ATIKU, at almost 70 years of age, having been vice president, is not coming after riches. He's a rich man already. I believe he wanted a legacy, to leave a legacy. And when he chose Peter Obi as a candidate, and I knew, yes, this man was serious for business. Because Okutendibo is not the kind of man that you would want to push around. Peter Obi himself is a well-established businessman. And if you see the antecedents in Anambra State, you know, I still believe one of the most, in fact, the most viable states in Nigeria, where, you know, the best road networks, where we've gone from failing in school certificate exams to being #1, and where you have the best investments, you know, where we're most viable, no salaries being owed, where the cost of governance has been reduced. And if they are saying this, ladies and gentlemen, this is something new. And I think it's not about reading blueprints. I think it's important that you take this message. If you are trying to convince anybody or convince your family or your friends in Nigeria to support the ATIKU Obi ticket, that is not about reading out political manifestos. It's about the message which they are bringing right from the top, that we must begin to do things differently. If we don't do things differently, we will never grow. It is very simple. So, and that is the message we must hold on to. And that is what we must say to them. Whether in Kaduna State, the economy determines everything. I tell you one thing, if the price of bread or milk or butter goes up astronomically in the Republic of Ireland, you will see chaos on the streets. Have you asked yourselves why the bread and butter politics is very important in every economy? Why the milk you buy in Tesco and the butter you buy, the price has not gone up significantly in the past 20 years. If you notice, it could be just 1 cent or 20 cents. Sometimes it comes down. But everything else goes up. Your rent has gone up. Petrol, you know, jumps here, forth and what have you. So it's all about the economy. And if you don't have a solid economic plan, you can't do anything. And in any case, if you have £100 to run a business, you have £100 to run a business, and then you spend 60 or 70 pounds in organizing that business, just some small bede here and there, how are you going to deliver? It's not going to happen. Even in Kaduna State we talk about today, where the recurrent expenditure in Kaduna State is over 60%, 70%. You pay staff salaries only. The cost of paying SSAs, advisors, this and that and whatever and all that is way too high. Where you have senators of the Republic of Nigeria earning far more than senators in the USA. Where we have the highest earning senators in the world. Where we spend, ladies and gentlemen, listen to the crisis that we have. 700, about less than 800 people in the National Assembly. Earning, we're spending about 30% of Nigeria's money on 700 people. Have you considered that? Close to 30% of what we get every year is spent on 700 people. And do you know the budget of the National Assembly of Nigeria is far more than the budgets of 20 African countries put together?
Yes.
So this is the crisis that we have. And this is why Peter Obi and ATIKU presidency, they're saying this, that we must change things. We must begin first to look inwards. We must begin to release those funds in order to put them to the right place. And it's important that that we do that. So it's about the economy. So I want you, as I'm saying this, let's focus on this message and let us hold them accountable to this, as these are the things that we need to do. It's not about slogan, it's not about this, whatever. All these problems will stop. Armed robbery will stop. The issue of cattle herders and rearers will stop if there was money in the economy, if you were investing properly, if you had a proper policy for ranching. I mean, look at, have you considered the UAE, Dubai? Have you considered Saudi Arabia? They are purely deserts, but they have enough supply of meat. They rear their own cattle. How do they do it? Do we have to kill ourselves because we have to rear cattle on the streets? That is not the issue. It is a political agenda. It is not a real issue. So let me not take so much of your time, but encourage us to identify and to support all our PDP candidates, and because we believe that coming back in the right leadership that we have, that things will change. I wish you all the best, and may God bless you.
ATIKU of Ireland, we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. We thank you for that. I'm just going to round this up briefly because I know people do want to dance. I'm going to lastly now call on our host of this evening, Chief David Arowolo, aka Heritage. He's given us this place tonight. He's given us food. He's fed us. He's given us the space, and we just want to thank him. And we've called him more on the stage to give, you know, a little bit. Reluctantly, he's coming. He's a chief and he's a strong PDP member. So I'm going to hail him. PDP! PDP! Power to the people. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. All protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a wonderful night. It's a wonderful night. Our problem in Nigeria is a very complex. It is complex in the sense that no government since independence, and this is not being tribalistic, I'm going to make some few examples, has ever created jobs in the country. One house, please. Our inability to create jobs is our inability to create wealth. There are few of us who are in Diaspora would know for sure that in advanced country they create jobs, and the job that they create automatically will create wealth. Let us take one industry, one of the biggest industry in a civilized country all over the world is cleaning. Cleaning is the biggest industry in anywhere. Just go, if you like, go to America, Australia, anywhere. Cleaning is the biggest industry in any advanced country. They create the job. And how do they do that? They put a system into motion. Have you ever seen a organizer standing on the main road like ours? But a tire man who fixes tire has money, and he also has people working for him. Why? The system creates that job, and that job automatically creates wealth. That is what we lack in Nigeria. Let me quickly turn back the hand of the clock to the time when we had the regions. I would take the Western region for example, because I am very, very used to the Western region, and I come from there. When Chief Obafemi Awolowo, when they wanted to start what is called the Universal Primary Education, UPE, in 1955. Listen, the man did not just say, I am going to start UPE in 1955. What he did first was to create what is called teacher training colleges, to go and train teachers. And that time, that was 1951, when he started that. He had the anticipation that by 1955, when Western region will be ripe enough to embark on free education, we will have enough teachers to teach the peoples.